The Tobiroppo literally means flying six fellows. Tobiroppo is a special group of six peoples in the crew of Beast Pirates. They are the strongest Shinichi of the Beast Pirate group. The Tobiroppo stands out in the high regards in the whole crew. Considering their strengths, they are respected by everyone. These six peoples are the only one who are close to Kaido except All Stars. Because of their strengths, Kaido even holds them in the high regards. In fact, being directly below the All-Stars, the Tobiroppo are specified as the next in the line to become the All-Star. So if any one of the All-Star dies, then Tobiroppos are next in the line. The six are very well reputed for their strengths. During the raid on the Onigashima, it was noted that the Tobiroppo might eliminate 100 enemies at a time and that the enemy alliance elite samurais may only manage to slow them down. Unlike most of the other headliners, the Flying Six have eaten the real devil fruits instead of smile devil fruits, which also explains why they are so much stronger than the others. The Tobiroppo's duties includes assassination of the assailants of either the Beast Pirates or Shogun Orochi's associates, though some of the Tobiroppo are known to ignore the calls from the All-Stars. During the latest Fire Festival, the Tobiroppo were the one with whom the Kaido entrusted the task of finding and retrieving his son Yamato. Now, let's take a look at each of them in detail and understand their personalities, abilities and powers. On the 6th number, the character from the Tobiroppo group is Ulti. Ulti is one of the youngest of the Tobiroppo. She is the sister of Page 1. Unlike some other members of the Tobiroppo, it is still unknown if Ulti was a former captain or not. Nonetheless, she is still powerful enough to be in the group of Tobiroppo. Ulti and her brother are looked down as brats by their fellow Tobiroppo as well as their all-stars, just because due to their young age. However, Ulti is not intimidated by her seniors and will snap back at their rude behavior. Also, in particular, Ulti does not seem fond of the All-Stars Queen and his performative conduct. Ulti is merciless towards enemies and willing to brutalize them without any hesitation. She is also not above hitting a child if annoyed. In battle, due to her aggressive nature, Ulti is quick to attack on anyone she deems as enemy. Still, she remains a quick decisive maker and keeps her guard up continuously. Ulti probably has the powers of an ancient Zoan Devil Fruit just like Drake and Page 1. Being one of the Flying Six, it goes without saying that she has the power to use Haki as well, given that the gifters in the Kaido's crew can also use it too. In the future of the anime, more of her abilities will be revealed to us. Her devil fruit is Ryuryu no Mi model Fascicephalosaurus. This fruit's power helps her to turn into full and hybrid version of that creature. Fascicephalosaurus was a dinosaur distinguished by its super thick, durable skull roof. The human beast form already grants a significant increase in the body size to her, where Ulti's size goes from an ordinary height to over 3 times as tall, and her full beast form is even bigger than that, at least as large as her brother's full Spinosaurus form. The next character is Page 1. Page 1 is Ulti's little brother who also goes by the name of Pepe. He is also one of the members of the Tobiroppo and most likely the youngest in the ranks. Just like his sister, Page 1 wears a mask over his lower face up to his nose, split down the middle into a white on the right side and black on the left half. Page 1 seems loyal and respectful towards Kaido. He hates his sister's casual, if not at times rude attitude towards him. Unlike Sasaki and Wuzu, Page 1 does not seem to extend any particular hostility to All Stars, though he did partake somewhat dedicatedly in the challenge raised by Kaido to gain the right to fight All Stars for his post. He appeared to be quite powerful despite being so young and is known to have the powers of an ancient Zoan devil fruit called as Ryuryu no Mi model Spinosaurus. This fruit grants the user the power to turn into Spinosaurus, which is a large and powerful semi-aquatic predator from the prehistoric era. He also has a hybrid form between the Spinosaurus and human. Just like other dinosaur-based Zoan types, transforming into a Spinosaurus grants the user tremendous strength, particularly in their jaws, tails, arms and claws. In his beast form, Page 1 is able to smash and tear apart buildings and stones with ease using with his maw and tail. In his human beast hybrid form, he is strong enough to send the Soba masked Sanji flying and crashing through several buildings with a single swing of his arm. And he is a very tough foe to fight with. The next character is Black Maria. Black Maria is a youthful woman of incredible size by human standards, which is 8.2 meter tall, being almost similar to Kaido's height. Black Maria is a flirtatious figure who takes a laid-back approach to her missions and duties as one of the Tobiroppo. When assigned to fight or hunt a target, she prefers to stay back from the action and enjoy the company of her captain or play music with her subordinates, or taking refuge in the safe location away from all the strifes while letting her peers deal with the problem themselves. That being said, Black Maria can be just as violent and sadistic as the rest of the Beast Pirates. In stark contrast to her unusual playfulness seen during the Fire Festival, Black Maria is a ruthless torturer when actually performing her job as a pirate, not holding back her punches for the sake of her crew's objectives. Her devil fruit name is Kumo Kumo no Mi, model Rosamigel Gravogeli. A user of this zoan type devil fruit can become Rosamigel Gravogoli, a heavy-bodied spider from the prehistoric times, as well as human spider hybrid. Though an actual Rosamigel was quite small in size, the user's transformation will be proportionate to their natural body, which in Black Maria's case exaggerates her spider form size to dwarf normal humans. This fruit's hybrid form seems unusual compared to other zoans, as instead of user retaining a humanoid body with animal alternations over its entirety, their upper body remains fully human while the legs are replaced by a whole spider body, which possesses its own face that is remarkable human-like, complete with human eyes, a toothed, drooling mouth and a tongue sticking out. Maria appears to be quite a confident woman, and just like the others, she is gunning for the spot of the All-Stars as well. Whether she is just as capable as an All-Star or not remains to be seen. The next character is X-Drake. X-Drake is the captain of the Marine Secret Special Unit SWORD. In order to go undercover as a pirate, he publicly defected from his position as Rear Admiral and founded the Drake Pirates. He is one of the 12 pirates referred to as the Worst Generation, and prior to the 2-year time skip, he had the bounty of 222,000 berries. In Drake's endeavor as an undercover spy, he and his crew became subordinates to the Beast Pirates led by the Kaido of the Four Emperors over the 2-year time skip. Kobe is the only character who knows the truth about X-Drake. They appears to have a trusted professional relationship due to the Kobe being one of the few people who is aware that Drake's return to piracy was just a ruse, and he is still affiliated with the Marines as a commanding officer of the SWORD unit. He also trusts Kobe's view about Luffy as a benevolence pirate, as Drake requested to join Luffy's alliance after remembering that Kobe praised Luffy, believing that any remaining hope for his mission to defeat the Beast Pirate lies in the cooperation with the Straw Hat Captain. Drake is the user of the ancient Zoan Ryuryu no Mi model Allosaurus, which allows him to transform into a said beast. His physical abilities are great enough to see him fight against a pacifista with ease. In the Flower Capital, Drake fought Sanji and cornered him quite easily. He is also known to be a powerful user of all types of hakis. The major strength of this fruit is that it allows the user to transform into an Allosaurus, a large and powerful predator from the prehistoric era, making them much better suited for combat than basic Zoan type devil fruits. As is the case with every other Zoan ability, the user can also become a human-animal hybrid at will. While in the Allosaurus form, Drake's own size increases, making him bigger than the pacifista. He is also granted a strong biting ability that can even damage a pacifista's heavy armor, which is said to be stronger than steel. His tail is also a powerful weapon, capable of slamming people with great force. The next character is Sasaki. Portrayed to be one of the two strongest of the Tobiroppo, Sasaki is a former pirate captain who is likely crushed by Kaido and forced into joining the crew at some point. Although he resembles a fishman in appearance, Sasaki is likely a normal human. Outside of battle, Sasaki is shown to be a relatively calm, easygoing man, yet is also prone to decision, not above scoffing at even those of equal ranks. Still, he acts as coordinal towards those he considers as friends, such as formerly Kyoshiro, but will not tolerate any breach of fidelity. If betrayed, he will aim to ensure the traitor pays a steal price. Rather ambitious, Sasaki seeks to become one of the Beast Pirates All-Star, all by claiming a spot from the current one, causing him to disregard their senior authority. This resolve, according to King, arises from Sasaki's past as a captain of his own crew, and bears out on his part a high degree of confidence in his own strength, enough for him to look forward to gaining a chance to directly challenge an All-Star. His Devil Fruit power is Ryuryu no Mi model Triceratops. Similar to other dinosaur zoans, a user of this fruit is granted an enormous boost in the physical strength. They can charge into and bash enemies with incredible force. Their three sharp pointed horns, especially their nasal one, serves as a dangerous pointing weapon. Given a Triceratops hardy skin, the user also enjoys a dramatic increase in durability, which especially applies to their frontal side that benefits from their tricky skull, bony frill and horns. The next character is Wooz Woo. Like all other Tobiroppo member, Wooz Woo is also named after a game. Along with Sasaki, he appears to be the strongest of all, and his ambition seems to be the highest among all of their members. Wooz Woo wanted Queen to die so he could take his place as an all-star, implying he deems himself stronger than the Jagged Droth. As with the other Tobiroppo, Wooz Woo seems to have heavy respect for Kaido. When Ulti insulted their boss, Wooz Woo still grew shocking along with his peers and yelled at her. Wooz Woo is at least friendly enough with the other Tobiroppo to make casual small talks with them. Because however, some of the other 5 share of his rank climbing ambition, he views them as a rival, most expressly Sasaki. He has the power of Neko Neko no Mi model Saber Tiger. It is an ancient zoan type devil fruit that allows the user to transform into hybrid and full version of the saber-toothed tiger at will. Neko literally means cat in Japanese. A user of this fruit's power can turn into saber-toothed tiger, a powerful predatory big cat from the prehistoric time that is characterized by its elongated, curved fangs and its upper jaw. This ability's current user Wooz Woo is already a large man. He grows to a very notable size in his full beast form, dwarfing his human-sized subordinates. The human beast form likewise is considerably large in terms of height and muscle bulk. As with other ancient zoans, this fruit transformation bestows greater strength and durability than regular zoans. The user gains a pair of long, sharp canine fangs usable for biting attacks. And as we all know, he seems to be the strongest Tobiroppo in the group. And that completes the explanation about powers, abilities and personalities of all of the Tobiroppo. And I think that was it. That was for all the information about Tobiroppo and the members of the Tobiroppo from One Piece. If you have any questions, let me know about them in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video for more content from my channel. And also if you have time, check out these videos too if you can. And yeah, that was it, and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.